Hi everyone, I'm Pumpkin Man and welcome to Hytale UP for a new video that will cover the progression system in Hytale. The progression system in Hytale is still a great mystery, but even if we have little information at our disposal, we will speculate on the subject. So don't take what will be said in this video literally. I also want to remind you that we were not affiliated with Hypixel Studio, so we don't have more information than you do. We simply did a little research work. On that, let's start the video. The Adventure Mode Progression System. There are two ways to play Hytale, servers and Adventure Mode. On the server side, we can play multiplayer on the Hypixel one, for example, the HFR one and many other communities. Due to this diversity, the progression system will be different for each server. So it's the Adventure Mode that interests us here. With our character made at the beginning of the game, we will have to survey the areas of Orbis and the other planets in order to defeat Varin and his henchmen. Anyway, the Adventure Mode will allow us to progress in history by exploring the valleys, dungeons and other caves, while talking to NPCs like the Quebecs and killing monsters like the ghouls. Hytale, like Minecraft, is not a simple sandbox, this is a real RPG. And when you say RPG, you think progression system. With all the video games available today, one can wonder what system the Hypixel team decide to implement in the game. Are we going to pass levels in Hytale or not at all? The most widely spread progression system nowadays is the one that allows you to win cosmetics and skins. Let's take the example of Overwatch, where the only rewards granted to the passage of a level are skins, emotes and other replicas for the characters of the game. We are talking about a system that will obviously give armor parts, complete outfits, headgear and other accessories when passing a level. A progression system that seems inappropriate for Hytale unless it's free to play. On the other hand, in the case where Hytale would be pay to play, one could imagine that the cosmetic elements could be lootable directly in the game, a bit like in Dragon Quest, where the chests are often filled with weapons and armor to reinforce the character. In our opinion, Hytale seems to be more like one of those games where clothes are craftable. Of course, we will have to collect the elements necessary for their manufacture, but we could just as easily loot rare materials as whole outfits by killing bosses, for example. Anyway, whether cosmetics are lootable or craftable, it could give us experience points to pass levels. But will there be levels in Hytale? No screen of the game at the moment confirms this hypothesis. We only know that loot and craft will be available. Will it work as in Minecraft, where experience is given every time a monster is killed or something is mined and then used to enchant objects, for example? As an RPG, it would be strange if Hytale's Adventure Mode did not have a level system. We would then get experience by crafting, collecting materials, killing mobs, completing quests with NPCs or taking care of our animals. Dungeons and monsters, on the other hand, will offer more or less rare loot depending on their difficulty. Each level passed will then give us additional stat points, speed, endurance, HP, mana and so on. In fact, Hytale could simply be the perfect mix between Minecraft's sandbox craft side and the loot side skills and levels of RPGs. In any case, we can largely imagine that some objects will not be craftable but only collectible. Some of the items we will collect from the dungeon chests will probably be used to advance Hytale's scenario. Then keep your eyes open, Varin. What do you think about that? Tell us in the comments. In any case, to progress in Hytale, it will be necessary to constantly find new and more solid materials. According to this picture, we will start the adventure with a simple wooden armor and could gradually defeat our enemies with this superb thorium armor. Main or secondary quests, probably given by Gaia, Quebecs or Ferran, will also help us to advance in the story while increasing our levels, not only with the experience gained, but also with the raw materials that we could unlock. After all, isn't the progression in a game what makes us want to stay there? The Hytale team confirmed it. The further we progress in the story of Adventure Mode, the more we will come across new blocks and mobs that are more terrifying and difficult to beat. Each Orbis area, for example, will have its own set of blocks. Basically, it's like changing games with each zone you cross. New landscapes, new mobs, new minerals and loots. In short, a huge world with almost infinite resources. What if we now talk about a rather unusual way to progress in the adventure? It is a system that is widely used in exploration games like Surviving Mars. The principle is simple: you must unlock technologies before you can access certain resources. I'm not talking about making a simple pickaxe to be able to mine iron, but rather about cracking technologies that can bring resources to the map or unlock the ability to do something. For example, by going to level 6, we unlock the possibility of growing wheat. You see what I mean? At level 12, we learn how to make a pumpkin pie and how to make a fireproof potion. The principle is simple in fact. At each level, you learn new recipes and techniques. It might even be possible to have these recipes and other lessons as rewards, such as scrolls in chests or by killing mobs. Then imagine that these elementary cycles of fire, earth, water or air don't only allow us to invoke mega bosses, but especially to unlock new resources in the area in question. Or more simply, killing this or that boss would unlock new areas that were previously inaccessible. Wouldn't that be crazy? However, this last proposal will never happen, since Hypixel has specified that the adventure mode is not 100% linear. That is, as in Zelda Breath of the Wild, we can go anywhere, anytime. And so we come back to the principle of level. If the Orbis areas are becoming more and more difficult as we progress in the game, it seems logical that our character must also be stronger in order to face the terrible monsters. We can go to Zone 3 with our wooden armor, but we'll never survive. It is therefore much more interesting to fill each secondary quest and crack as much as possible in order to increase the level of your character and go further in the story. The multiplayer progression system. Like the entire server game, the progression system will be modifiable. Thus, each server will be able to build the progression system that suits him with new objects if he wishes. As for the Hypixel server, it is more likely that they will reproduce the progression system of the server on Minecraft. Although Hypixel Studios said there will be no pay to win, a system where you have to buy armor and weapons for example to progress, they also said they would not be as strict as Mojang with EULA, which has caused many servers to sink. In this way, creators will be freer with their progression system and can even be remunerated if they do it well. We could then see all kinds of things: servers where you have to complete daily quests to earn XP, servers where the experience is exchangeable for special items, servers where PvP fights can make you master Hytale, and so on. But wait. What if Hytale's adventure mode was actually multiplayer? It wouldn't be surprising, even rather logical, when you look at the images and the trailer of the game. No one knows if the story mode will necessarily be multiplayer, as in MMO, or if we can launch this mode locally, solo or co-op. In fact, the question is simple but remains the same. Will servers and adventure mode be linked? Can we start our adventure on our own server, imagining some kind of portals like in the trailer? Let me explain. See that huge square where all the players are gathered? This is probably Hypixel's global server. We then see a character enter a large blue portal, seemingly leading directly to the world of minigames. What if another portal existed to take us directly into the adventure mode? We could then see other players on the map as in any good MMORPG. Yes, but on several occasions, the Hypixel team has explained that the generation of landscapes and other prefabricated adventure mode landscapes changes from one player to another. On our side, we like the idea that everyone is on the same server, but it would seem more logical that the adventure mode should be something to do. With several people, yes, but with friends. Team cohesion seems very important to succeed in the game. While one chooses to be a magician, the other must be a good archer to defeat the monsters. Unless both solutions exist. Yes, we take this famous blue portal to adventure mode and then we choose between two options: go it alone or with friends, or go multiplayer with everyone. In conclusion, it may well be that Hytale is mixing up everything we have just said. At Hytale UP, we are more interested in the multiplayer world where total freedom prevails. At the EGX convention in London, we were able to see this image, where the players' name tags are written above their heads. Again, we don't know if they're on the multiplayer server or if it's the adventure mode. In Hytale's presentation on the official website, it is clearly stated that players will reconstruct the history of the world together through unique adventure scenarios. But just below, the team adds, Different scenarios will be available at the launch of the game, and each adventure will be different. One last thing, Hytale points out that the game will be entirely possible in co-op. In short, it reinforces our belief that we will see other players in adventure mode, but that we will be free to make our own choices without affecting the history of other players. Then we can create guilds and teams to cooperate and defeat variants. To get an idea, it will be a bit like in WoW, Albion Online or Star Wars The Old Republic. Imagining that adventure mode with its unique quests is available on all servers, we would then only have to choose the one we prefer or create one with our own rules. And frankly, it has hyped us right. And that's what we are finishing this video on. Many thanks to Kyle for writing the background article. Don't forget to subscribe if you liked the video and join us on Discord and all our other social networks. All links are, as usual, in the description. And if you are interested in writing and working with French people, we are looking for writers for our website. Feel free to apply, we have baguettes. On that note, it was Pumpkin Man, and we'll see you next time on Hytale UP.